first, give me the good news first, and give me the bad news second. Who is a good news, bad news person? No one? I am the same way. I'm the same way. Give me the bad news first, because I want to end the good. Oh, well, there's one over here. Where wants the good news? Oh, you want the bad news first? Okay, so everyone wants the bad news first. That's amazing. And that's amazing to me. Is it just women? Because my husband's like, no, give me the good news first. I'm like, give me the bad news first. I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll get to the good news, but I'm going to read verse 20. I'll just let it speak for itself. So I'm going to go ahead and read verse 19, and I'll go into 20. If you are willing and obedient, you will eat the best from the land. But if you resist and rebel, you will be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. So God here is giving the good news and the bad news, basically. But if you resist and rebel, okay, what do we see with those two words? Again, resist. Remember when I talked about the antonyms of acquiescent? It's the attitude of our heart. If you have an attitude of resisting, and then rebel is the corresponding actions. You see that? Yeah. So resist is the attitude, rebel is the actions. And what will happen? You will be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. That just means, you know what? God says it. He's not a man that he should lie. Write it down. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. He promises it will happen. Yeah. We've got to pay attention to his word. So, devoured here literally means to eat. And by the sword, that comes from the root word, which means drought, desolate. Has anyone ever seen the land affected by drought? Yeah. I really haven't ever seen it in person, but I've seen pictures. It's utter destruction, isn't it? Just utter desolation. And that's what a sword can be used for utter destruction. And that's what it means here. Like a drought would just come and just utterly destroy the person or the land. Now, we're probably in our lifetime, we're not going to be destroyed by the sword, but we can be overcome by the world, or the world system, if we allow it. Isn't that right? Yes. Yes. How? Through our unwilling heart and our disobedience. Yes. Okay? The world can overcome or devour us. You know, and if we choose that, then we get to choose. That's the beautiful thing, we get to choose. But if we choose that, we won't eat the best meal ever. We won't experience God's blessings like he wants to bless us with. We won't experience the fullness of everything he has for us. We won't experience his peace or his joy or his love like he wants us to experience. We won't. We get to choose. I want to choose life. Yes. You know, we can have success by the world's standards. We can have what looks to be having everything materially that we could want. In fact, I know people like this. Look, you look at their life and you think, they don't want for anything. They've got it made. Yet I talk to those same people, and a lot of them, you know what? They're miserable on the inside. They have everything materially that success said you should have, but they're miserable and empty on the inside. And so, I want God's blessings. I want God's success. Amen. Look at Proverbs 10:22. It says this: the blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. That's what I want. I want the blessing of the Lord. I want his provision. I want his fulfillment. I want his peace. When I have that, there's no sorrow with it. I'm fulfilled on the inside. I've got everything that I want or could need. You know, Judy Joe talked about the dreams and the plans that he has for us. The things that he's birthing on the inside. I'm so excited about what God's doing in you ladies. Yes. He's got dreams and plans for every one of us. Every one. I know it. We went through, we heard most people say what their dreams and plans were. Okay? But if we don't have a willing heart and corresponding actions, it will never happen. Yes. You get what I'm saying? Yes. If we don't have a willing heart and corresponding obedient actions, we won't ever see those dreams fulfilled. We won't ever walk them out. Yes. We won't ever see the fulfillment like he wants us to have in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Now, let's get to talking about the rewards of obedience. I like this part. This is the good news. I saved this, the best for last. So, if you are willing and obedient, here's this phrase: you will eat the best from the land. There's a verse in Isaiah 55. I just love this. This is so awesome. but it's talking about what God has in store for us, talking about the best. It's Isaiah 55, verses 1 and 2, and it comes from the Message Bible. Listen to this. This is so awesome. Hey there, all who are thirsty, come to the water. Are you penniless? Come anyway, buy and eat. Come, buy your drinks, buy wine and milk. Buy without money. That's crazy, isn't it? Buy without money? Okay, sign me up. Buy without money. Everything's free. Why do you spend your money on junk food? Why do you spend your money on junk food, your hard-earned cash on cotton candy? Listen to me. Listen well. Eat only the best. Fill yourself with only the finest. Isn't that awesome?
Amen.
I love that. It sounds like God is he's like he set out this smorgasbord, a buffet table of the finest. I mean, it is the Ruth Chris all on this table, right? The best steak, the best there is, all. And you say, come. It's free. You don't have any money? No problem. I'm just laying it out here before you. You come and eat. It's yours for the taking.
Yes.
It's yours. It's ours. It's mine. But the key is we have to be willing and obedient. That has to come first. And if we are, we will eat the best from the land. You know, most people are willing to be blessed. Did you know that? They're willing to be blessed. Oh yeah, give me God everything that you want. And I want to be blessed. I want everything, all the good, all the provision, everything. But here's the thing. Most people aren't willing to live for Jesus.
Yeah.
Now I know that's not your testimony. I know it. And it's not my testimony. Because we are willing to live for Jesus, aren't we? Amen?
Amen.
I have a suitcase up here. And in this suitcase are many items I want to pull out and show you. Now, is anyone like me and they pack for like a 2-day trip and they stuff their suitcase full so they can't fit anything else in? Now, like it's stuffed full. You can't fit anything else in there. Okay? That's me. I mean, we have to have an outfit, right? And you have to have the jewelry and the shoes, right? That's what matters. Amen. Amen, girl. You got my heart. So, I could go on a 2-day trip and I have to have enough clothes for 4 days. So if the mood strikes us, we need to change the moment's notice, right? All right. All right. Coming after my own heart. So anyway, this suitcase is like the suitcase I packed for just my regular clothes. And it's pretty much filled. You know, see that? It's pretty full. I don't think I could fit anything else in here. I could if I wanted to start ripping the seams, but I don't want to. So, yeah, it's pretty full. But this suitcase represents our lives sometimes. Does anyone ever feel like, man, your life is just so crammed full? I mean, and not in a great way or a good way, but your life is so full that, man, you can't fit anything else in it. Does anyone else feel that way? I have felt that way at seasons of my life. I have, to be honest. And it's like you trying to keep all this plate spinning, right, without dropping one. And what happens sometimes is our lives are so full. I mean, I don't think we need to do this, but what happens many times is God takes a back seat. And He is not in the suitcase anyway, right? Because our lives are so full of other stuff. Well, I have some items in here that could represent different things that we could fill our lives with. Now, some of these things are good things, some are not so good things, and some are just neutral things, depending on what we do with them. Okay? So, but each item represents something in our life. Okay. Now this, I'll just quickly take it out. This is my iPad. And for today, we're going to say this iPad represents social media. And there's a lot of good say on social media. I'm not going to, I'm just going to say this. I have a love-hate relationship with social media. Anyone else can relate? Well, here's my hate part of social media. And to understand a little bit about me, if you know me at all, I like being flexible. I like kind of, I don't know, just go with the flow type of girl. Don't put me in a schedule. I don't like that. Yeah, okay. Schedule. But yeah, I'm easily distracted, okay, because I don't want to stick to the schedule. I just don't. My husband's like, Kim, if you stick to the schedule, then you'll have more free time later. It just makes sense. I'm like, okay, I know. Okay. Help me, Lord. I am asking you to help me. I really am. I'm trying to get better, and He's going to give me some books to read on time management. Oh yeah, He said that when I left. I'll get you some. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. social media, being on Facebook, we have Instagram. You know, before I know it, can you relate? Before I know it, I mean, hours have gone away from my day.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm the only one. But yeah, I mean, it's because I don't want to do the schedule. I'm like, oh, let's go look on Facebook and see who's on there. And so I have to be careful. Because you know what? Sometimes, many times, a lot of the times, God is saying, put that down. Come be with me. Put that down. Spend time with the people who are important with you. This doesn't mean anything. This is just fluff. Okay? Do the important things. You know, he's saying, do you want your kids to think that your phone and social media is more important than them? Ouch, God, okay. No, I don't want them to know that their mom was sitting on the phone and they're trying to talk to me and I'm like, oh, just a minute, you know. No, I don't. That's not how I live my life. So, this can be a neutral thing depending on how we use it, okay? All right. So, next thing, books. This is a school book. I couldn't find any novels or anything, but this represents like, you know, do you know those people who just read a lot and they'll read every novel that comes out? And well, like anything, it can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how we use it. Again, we could fill our lives with reading and getting knowledge, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just we shouldn't fill our lives with it to where God takes the back seat. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, here's some other things. And these are not the only things, okay? There's just things I could think of that I had around the house or could go and get. So, I had my husband go out and buy me some magazines because I don't remember where I was. Anyway, he's like, are these okay? Because I wanted a decorating magazine and an in-style magazine, you know, fashion. And so I'm like, that's perfect. We've got Southern Living and In Style. And so these represent having to have the latest thing all the time, okay? There's nothing wrong with looking stylish. I like to dress nice. I like to have pretty clothes. But it becomes an obsession to where that's all I do or fill my life with. Or, you know, my house, having to have the latest things in my house. And again, I like to decorate my house pretty. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to do that, but some people do. And then they go into debt. And they spend money they don't have on stuff like this. And then what happens? It just perpetuates the spending place. Do you get it? Do you get it? Okay, so we go into debt, and we get stressed about that, and then we have to work more, and why? For what reason? Who are we trying to impress? God doesn't care. If your true friends are there, they won't care what your house looks like. Right? They won't care. I mean, you can have a nice house, but don't become obsessed with it to where that's all your life is. Filling our lives